Legends, welcome to the Culture Standard. I'm Bo Vernon, here with my co-host Chris Andres, and each week we're going to break down the best ideas from the best books, podcasts, and people. We've got a couple of people in the pipeline, which I'm excited about. Get other people in, not just have to talk to you, Chrissy. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm grouse, mate. Looking forward to this one. It's a little more general chat, which is going to be awesome. How's your week been, though? Actually, I haven't seen you this week. You've been away.
Yeah, our first book, mate. And before I get there, I'm just going to say, I want to reiterate to the audience, we're not experts. We're just looking to grow ourselves and have a good time and bring other people along for the journey. So everything we say here, we're not experts. We're just trying to learn ourselves. But yeah, the week's been good, mate. We were in Newcastle with the in-laws for Easter weekend, and then I'd shoot from there to Melbourne for wheelchair rugby camp. The Australian Steelers get around us. International comp in Adelaide, starting somewhere around the 23rd of April.
Yeah.
It's next week, in a week and a half, where the comp starts. So not often we have an international comp in Australia, so very excited for that.
Yeah, awesome. How good. And all the teams are actually able to get here, are they?
Yeah, well, as far as I know, I don't know. Like, you got GB and Denmark coming over from Europe, so they're probably the hardest. And, USA and stuff like that. Brazil should be pretty sweet, I think. So.
And how he's looking favourite-wise, top couple?
I don't know, mate. I'm always a big believer in, like, whether it be when I was coaching or with the Steelers, if we play our best, I feel like we can beat anyone. And then I feel like, if we don't perform, we're going to have a tough time of it. So, yeah, confident. We've got a good team out there, and we could give it a red-hot shake. So,
yeah, awesome.
Get around it, support it.
Where do we, KO? Watch it?
Yeah, I'll get that news. I'll get that to you.
Out?
I think it's KO. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on KO. We might have Riley Bat in here with us before the competition starts, potentially. So, I'm looking forward to that. One of the greatest player of all time, wheelchair rugby. So.
Yeah, I was about to say, mention who he is for the people that don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, yep.
The GOAT.
Yeah, he's the one with the banana on his moustache on some Woolies trucks as well.
How good.
Awesome, mate. All right, the book, we're analysing. Both love it. We're not analysing it. We're just taking a few ideas from it. And is Greenlights, Matt McConaughey. So, yeah. What are your thoughts on the book? Why you like the book?
Yeah, love the book. Got it here. I'll just grab it.
Put your coffee down, mate.
I'll keep that between my legs. There it is. Read it. I don't read much. I'd rather do an audio book, but this book, I've read it twice, the actual hard copy of it. So, love the book. It's awesome. I take some great points out of it. Very relatable for me, the way he speaks. The ADHD brain is all over the place, and I sort of relate to it. I sort of understand it well. And, yeah, I just love how he's just a general bloke, just like anyone else.
Yeah.
Has his challenges, has great ideas in there, and how he works through his life and what he prioritises. And, yeah, I just love it.
Yeah, definitely. He seems like a legend and just a real relatable person. I know I've been to like conferences before, and you get the researchers up there speaking. I just struggle connecting with him, where he's just like this real relatable person. He's a lad. He's got good values as a person. I think he teaches a lot of good life lessons. He works hard. He's authentic to himself, and just very relatable. He has fun and laughter. He stuffs up a fair bit, as well. Like, what was he playing bongo drums in the nude?
Nude on his birthday.
Yeah. I didn't read the book. I listened to the audio book, and I don't know if I could read it, to be honest, because he talks in rhymes and riddles a bit. And I have chatted to a lot of people that love the book, but there's been one or two people that read it and didn't enjoy it as much. But obviously you have loved it.
I think yourself. I just have his voice in my head when I'm reading it.
Yeah,
I've listened to him speak a lot, and I still have that voice in my head. I think when I'm reading it and when he's explaining cool. The stuff in there. But yeah, I love the book, so I'll probably read it again at some stage. It's good, just a bit of a reminder. And he just doesn't bullshit. He tells you, doesn't try and glam anything up. He tells you how it is, his challenges and all that sort of stuff. And it's just, good to know for people that everybody does go through the challenges. Doesn't matter who you are, what you've got, you still have challenges in life. So,
definitely, mate. Definitely. Sort of brings us into the first point, but before that,
I had a few challenges last week.
The red light. Red Light by Chrissy Andres last week, the mic stuff up. I don't know.
Was it the mic or me?
Yeah, well.
I was turning away a bit.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think it was me. I've been pretty flat about it all week, actually. I've been waiting to get back in there so I can at least own up to it and apologise.
You'll be a bit
nervous. So I'm sorry about the audio. It was very average at times. But as you can see, I'm pretty much kissing it today, and it's going to stay around that area. So, what do you got for me?
I'll go.
Oh, yeah, sorry, just quickly, I'll jump in. Bo Otis, 10 push-ups from last week. And, they're questionable at best, but he got the 10 out. The form was a bit average, but we'll put that up. I'll show you the video. If you're watching this, you'll see it now. He pushed out 10. It was actually a great effort. Loved it.
I was pumped. I was actually pumped I could do it. I was like, I've got no tricep. Got no tricep. Bloody hell, I don't even have a major pec muscle. I only got a little thing at the top here. Well, pumped out 10, like, far out. I don't even think my back goes that way either.
It was a great effort.
So
I've seen some blokes at footy training not doing that well.
Yep. So, but later, Chrissy, he's going to be reading a little bit of the Greenlights book in Irish accent. So, I look forward to hearing that one.
Great book, yeah. I got to work on this.
No chance to work on it, mate. All right.
Audio.
All right, let's get into our first point from the book. It's obviously called Greenlights, and the reason why it's called Greenlights is because in life we have green lights, orange lights, red lights, and the biggest message here for us is life is filled with ups and downs. That's the biggest message, I think, from the book, that life is filled with ups and downs that we want to pass on to everyone here. Life isn't easy. It's not meant to be, and we need to stop trying to make it that way because it's not. So anyway, that's our first point here, mate. You want to touch on that?
Yeah. So green lights to me, as Bo said, you got red, orange, green. So red is obviously things are going bad, and they're the crossroads or the adversities that we hit.
Yep.
And then we have the amber lights that sort of give you a bit of a hint to change direction on what you're doing. That approach isn't working. Then you have green lights where everything's, looking good, keep going, everything's great. And to me, you need to go through the reds to actually get more greens, to actually grow as a person. So you can't actually get down the road and have greens without going through the reds, but also having the understanding that the reds at that time, not to get caught up in it, to know that it's going to turn green or you can turn it into a green.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
with those understandings, you can grow from every red light you hit, and in the end, it's always a green.
Yeah.
Nearly always a green.
Yeah, we talked about it last week, didn't we, with our own personal stories. Every single person has had their own challenges and, had a lot of red lights. It's not often when we go through green light, green light, green light, green light, we go, oh, that was really helped shape me into the person I am. It's those tough times, those failures, those times we've had to really work hard to get through and stuff like that really shape us into the person, people that we are. I really recommend going back and listening to the first episode and getting a little bit of background on ourselves and our stories. Both different in a lot of different ways. Yeah,
and I wouldn't change my past for anything. Like, I've learned so much from it. I wouldn't be who I am now. I wouldn't have the family I've got. I've learned to change my expectation to appreciation through my life, and I appreciate everything that everyone's done for me throughout my whole life. So, having that, I believe that people are judged on their character in the face of adversity, not when things are going great. Everyone can act happy and be, joyful and everything when everything's great in their life, but how are you acting when things are hard, when everything's going rough for you? How are you then? Like, are you still the same person? Are you still showing up for the people you love? Are you still, being good to people, or are you being an absolute prick? You know what I mean? So, to me, being able to be the same person in the face of adversity, and this is a big key to it, understanding that when it is hard and red, turn it green, or understand that you're going to grow from this situation, find a way to grow, and in the future, it's going to be a green for you.
Yeah, definitely. There's this. I love this photo. It's your expectation of the of your journey, and then there's the reality of it. And so the first one, the top photo, is just this smooth sailing road, and the bottom one's this ups and downs. I think there's been times in my life where I've just sat with that picture in the back of my mind and go, you know what, like, this is a tough time, but knowing that it always turns. It always turns.
Peaks and troughs.
Yeah, sometimes it takes longer than other times. I just think it's a real healthy photo to have in your mind. And maybe we can get it up on this right now. See how our IT bloke goes doing that. Jeez, our IT's been tough going early days. So yeah, but it's good, really good one to hold in our mind, because like then when you face those red lights, I suppose, you sit with that photo and go, all right, it'll turn eventually. And a couple of things I really take out of the photo is, one, the growth you get. The bottom photo, you get to a higher point than where if it's just this smooth sailing road. And there's little checkpoints along the way. So there's something I really love about that photo. And I feel like when things go wrong, I feel like I'm a very empathetic person. You know, like with so many different things, like I can really feel people's pain. But as soon as someone, you know, plays a victim mentality of, you know, when they're in those troughs, like poor me, like I struggle with that a little bit. But yeah, I just think it's really good. Just everyone has their own ups and downs, and I think this day and age with social media, which is a highlight reel, that we don't actually understand what other people are going through as well.
No, I mean, we don't ask the questions, do we? We should just make it more relevant to how we're going, because you see people putting all this stuff on Facebook, how everything's going great. It is a highlight reel, and that not only makes people think, oh, why is my life so tough? Like, why was my life going well?
Yeah, definitely.
But if you can sit back and go, rightio, what have I posted in the last 12 months, and it's all your highlights, and you're not feeling great, it's like, so why aren't we asking the questions to other people? How are you actually going? Like, you know, and I feel like, we need to be a little more open and just be willing to help each other out more, and even, you know, talking about it.
Yeah. You talk about the filming, getting the kids to bed or something like one night, or a night in our house, like far out.
I don't know about our neighbours. Geez, I don't reckon they like us too much. They're nice, but my kids can be wild over night time sometimes. The caged animals are up at 4:30 most mornings. Yeah,
they're early risers, aren't they? But yeah, something on that, like in the book, Matt McConaughey goes to Australia. And he thinks he's going to live in Sydney by the beach, and a bit of ladies man and all that. He's singing Beach and Babes, and he ends up what he describes as whoop whoop. Well, I haven't actually looked up where it is and whether it was
probably Byron Bay. No, it was up near. I think it was up near. No, I'm not sure. It was definitely north of Sydney somewhere, but it was inland of like Port Macquarie or somewhere in
Gosford.
There. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So, I remember looking it up when I was reading the book, and it's a bigger town now, but I checked it out from what it was prior, and it was
nothing going on.
Yeah, no, nothing.
So he stayed with the Dooleys, which were interesting family. They were trying to get him. He's 18. They're trying to get him to call him mum and dad. And he had a tough time. I'm just going to read this quote he had there. While I was going crazy, I kept telling myself that there was a lesson I was put there to learn, that there was a silver lining in all of it, that I needed to go through hell to get to the other side, and I did. We cannot fully appreciate the light without the shadows. We have to be thrown off balance to find our footing. And I just think it's a great quote, and self-reflection for himself there. On that experience, that tough time.
Well, yeah, absolutely hated it by the sound of the way we went about it in the book. But he made a deal, said he was going to go for a whole year, so he stuck it through.
Yep.
And he just kept telling himself, you know, what he was going through is going to make him better in the future. And he sort of lived by that. I think he wrote down some values when he would have been 15 or something, I think. He wrote down these values. They're in the book. I'll try and find them shortly. And he got asked, only recently, I seen him on a video, he got asked if he would change any of them, and he wouldn't. He still lives by them.
Yeah, okay.
And I think that's such a good thing. Yeah, hold him instead for his whole life. He's lived by those same values, hasn't had to change them. But if you live to them, it's just fulfilled him in the way it has.
Yeah, awesome, mate.
And that was one of them, obviously. When you he steps into challenges. If something's coming at him and it's a challenge, he doesn't shy away. He goes, "Nah, I'm going after it."
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Nah, awesome, mate. So that first message, life is filled with ups and downs, which it is. And like this day and age, one thing, and I probably won't go into too much detail right now, maybe at a later date, but like if something is hard in our life, it's where there's someone out there trying to come up with something to make it easier. So we're trying to make everything easier and easier and easier. And then with all things going on, safety is such a big thing these days. Need to be safe and this and that. We're just trying to protect everyone from bloody absolutely everything. And deep down, we know that the tough times are what shape us into the better versions of ourselves, yet we are seeking comfort.
Well, our biggest...
everywhere.
Our constant pursuit of comfort is what's killing us.
Yes.
Our constant pursuit of comfort is causing more disease than ever, making us sicker than ever, making us more unhappy than ever.
Yeah.
And that's just the truth, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, first one. Get your head around, life is filled with ups and downs. It's tough going and taking ownership of our life. McConaughey does that extremely well. Takes ownership.
I think I need to step in. What accent was that? I'm trying to do the Irish one now. I need to get it out.
You got to get it done.
I need to step into this challenge.
All
it's
right.
on me mind.
Fuck yeah. Oh, excuse me. Let's get into it, mate.
How you going, mate? You're pretty good there, are you?
All right. We're going to read, what is it? Prescription?
Made for the moment. So, we're all made for the moment we encounter. Whether the moment makes us or we make the moment. Whether we are helpless in it or on top of it.
Daily.
The predator of the prey, we are made for that moment. Did you get that? I'll read it again. Made for the moment. We are all made for every moment we encounter. Whether the moment makes us or we make the moment. Whether we are helpless in it or on top of it. The predator of the prey, we are made for the moment.
Oh, far.
You want that in English?
Yeah, well, I don't know what you're saying, mate. What's the actual quote even about?
I think that was half Irish, half maybe Indian.
Nah, I reckon you did better than what I'll do, that's for sure.
Oh, made for the moment. We're all made for every moment we encounter. Whether the moment makes us or we make the moment. Whether we are helpless in it or on top of it. The predator or the prey, we are made for the moment.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Fucking good quote, eh?
You did better than I thought. I was expecting it to be crapper, to be honest. So, what's another accent you can do next time? Yeah, anyway. Won't say bogan Aussie because we'll have that down pat. But yeah, no, that's a good one. Every moment, made for, good or bad.
Challenge done.
Well done, mate. Off the chest. All right, that's so the number one. Number two, we need to define what success is for us. Matt McConaughey, very good at just self-aware of who he wants to be, what he wants to do, and just asking himself those questions all the time. Like, is this the person I want to be? Is this the way I want to live? How do I want to make others feel? All this sort of stuff. He's just asking himself all the time. And in terms of this, what is success to you? It's not what other people's expectations are. Like, I think we go through life and, you're 18, you go to uni or you get a job and then you find a partner, you buy a house, you have kids and all this. And it's just like, what do you want? Like, ask yourself. When I moved up to the Sunshine Coast from Phillip Island, bloody unreal place. Like, absolutely love it. But when we were moving up here, I had so many people, so jealous. It's like, you got the opportunity to do whatever it is that you want to do. And I understand some people will find it harder than others, but just asking yourself those questions, whether it's around your job or your relationship or where you're living or the person that you are, just asking yourself those questions.
Yeah, gee, I love that point. I get passionate about this and it really eats at me, the external validation thing. And we've all done it and we've all felt it, but as I've gotten older, I've realised, fuck, what anyone else thinks, you know what I mean? Like, It really winds me up that we're generally doing stuff because for other people, or we want to be perceived a certain way, want to be cool. Or, I don't want to be cool.
Yeah.
Stuff being cool. Like, I'd much rather, same as like even sport. Like when I grew up, I just wanted to be people talk good about playing sport, for example, like we spoke about in the last episode. When I die now, I want to be remembered for being a good person. Like, I don't want my name to be brought up and, they were pretty good at sport or whatever it was. I want to be remembered for being a good person, and I think that's the key. Like, do what you think's right and do what you believe in and stay true to it. So have your values.
Have you got good at that? Like, you're quite good at.
I realise there's no end.
Not caring what people think. I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with, and to be honest, I was going to go into that's one thing that I really want to improve at. It's something I have improved at over the years, but like back in the day, coaching footy, you'd be coaching 60 people and everyone on the sidelines got their thoughts and opinions. And then, like, you can't please everyone. Like, you're dropping people from grand finals and different things like that. And you can't please everyone all the time.
No.
And it really affected me mentally as a person to, like, I want to be liked and stuff like that. I think that's a pretty natural thing. And then I struggle with doing, like, just worrying about what other people think.
Yeah, well, my thing is you're never going to make everyone happy.
Yeah.
Not everyone's going to think you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
It's always everyone's got different opinions. And I just realised that was the case, and it wasn't making me happy trying to do things there's no end to trying to impress people. There's no end to looking from the outside and going, oh, gee, look how well they're going, or look what they did. There's no end to that. It's like chasing money. The numbers don't end.
Yeah.
So I realised that, and I was like, I don't want my kids to do that because I know how so hard to sustain it. So my big thing is and speaking of success, my main success is based around my family and my kids.
Yeah, you want to go into what success looks like?
Yeah, and that's what this is leading into. So I need to emulate that through action. You can tell your kids stuff all the time, it never gets through, but when they see actions enough, that's what stands out in the future. So what I want for them, I need to be able to do that myself. So I try and do that, and I speak about it. And so my success for my kids, I want them to be better than I am, and my wife, at all these things about being a good person. So whether you're kinder, more compassionate, taking more risks, succeeding in those ways, giving back to people more, understanding economies and money better than I did growing up, because my belief on that now is just way different than it used to be. And if they can get all that stuff better than I can, then I've succeeded. If they're better than I am at my older age now, if they grow up through their life and they're better, that's great. I want them
It's funny that's a thing for you, because you won't let the kids beat you at anything. want to
be better than you. For as long as I can. I keep telling them I'll outrun them when they're 20s. So.
Bo going up for a shot of basketball, Andre's just rejecting him. Bo's his son.
You want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
On that though, mate. You did name your son Bo. You must rate me pretty highly.
Yeah, it was definitely after you.
Bo Jr.
He's asked me that a couple of times. So you can think that, mate. That's good. I don't know if I had a choice in the name, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
But anyway, that success for me in that area is my family. I want them to, when they're in their 20s, 30s, I want them to still be hitting me up going, oh, let's go, shoot the bike. Oh, let's go for a hike. Let's go do the Kokoda Trail. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go have a kick of the footy, whatever it is. I want to still be doing them wanting to do that stuff with my wife and I. So, that's a key thing for me with my family. Other than that, outside of family, it's just living a fulfilled, happy life. And to me nowadays, that's just helping others, giving back. I really feel good doing that. I want to be able to do that well. And that's, pretty much success for me. If I'm doing that in the right way, I'm living to my values. I have certain values I try and live by now, and not letting things jeopardise that, especially external factors. And if I can do that, I'm generally, living life very happily and, joyfully. And whenever you're in that state, you're always better to other people. So
yeah, definitely.
That's success for me, mate. You want to share yours?
Yeah, awesome, mate. Success for me is to be evolving and growing as a person constantly. It's one of the reasons why we're doing this podcast, is just to keep growing as humans, ourselves. I just want to be, like that quote we said last week with Matt McConaughey. I'll say it again. When he was 15, someone asked him, who his hero was, and he said it was him in 10 years from now. And then 10 years later, the bloke asked him, are you a hero yet? And he's like, no bloody way, nowhere near it. It's been another 10 years from now. And so, and he's just always chasing that person, and he'll never get there, but he'll be closer to when the day he dies compared to when he was 15 years of age. He'll be closer to that person.
We love that one, don't we? You're either growing or you're dying.
Yeah, quote man, yes. Andres, bring him to us.
Growing or dying.
So yeah, that's big one for me, is just to keep growing as a human being. Obviously, father and husband, I want to be the best father and husband that I can be. And similar to you with the kids, on the kid front, I just want them to be great people and kind-hearted and be able to deal with different circumstances when they arise in the right manner. And Neil Danaher he speaks to me on that one in terms of, I remember reading once, he said he felt like he had to protect his whole family, but then he realised he just had to give them the tools to use so that they could deal with different situations themselves. Really
so true, because there's so many examples I've heard of kids that have grown up so well that they have been protected, whether it be emotionally, financially, in whatever way. They've grown up as adults and they've hit a tiny bit of adversity and they just can't handle it.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think, and they've always had to keep conscious of that because of how I grew up. I could do the exact opposite of that and protect too much and be like, they're never going to experience that. But
true.
I need them to experience certain hards.
Oh, for sure.
Otherwise, they're going to be weak in the future when, and having character and dealing with adversity is life. So I think that's a key one,
Yeah, awesome. That. Awesome, mate. Yeah, and then the big one is just having a positive influence. Sorry, audience, we just had a orange light on that one. It was probably good moment to have it in this episode, but
technical error,
technical difficulty. So I was just getting
into me this time either.
Too much, not enough storage on my camera. I was just getting into having a positive. I want to have a positive influence on people. I'm a big believer in leaving places that you are in a better place than when you found them. So whether that was coaching or wheelchair rugby now, or a job I'm involved in, just leaving the place better than when you found it. And this culture standard is something that I really want to have a big influence on other people. Obviously, we're doing it for our own self growth, but deep down, we're really doing it because we want to have a positive influence on society and the world. In a world where there's a lot of negativity at the moment, a lot of crap going on at a political level and stuff like that, I really just want to have a positive influence on people. And this week we've received a lot of lovely messages about how the podcast, the first episode, had a really good influence on people, and getting those messages go, I reckon you feel so much better from doing that stuff.
Oh,
anyway,
100%. I don't know who said it. I think I heard Denzel Washington say it. He says the most selfish thing you can do is to help other people because of the feeling you get from it.
Yeah.
And that's another quote. I love that quote anyway. But going back, you said how you love leaving places better than you found them. Yeah. I just wanted to say you've lived by that, like as we spoke about in the previous episode. I think definitely in a sporting sense, every club you've been at, you walked in there, they probably weren't in the best shape, but you've walked out there in great positions when you were there. You walked out and they've stayed like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's pure culture you've developed there and built for them, and you've been able to step away and it's sustained. And I think that's the pinnacle of the culture.
I feel like. Yeah, thanks, mate. I appreciate that, and I definitely feel like I'm not being arrogant, but I feel like I've had a good influence on those things, and there's a lot of other people that have done so much for those clubs. But it's great to play some part in that myself. So. Yeah, and then just on my success for me is living by my values. I mentioned earlier about how I really struggled with trying to please everyone early days and worry about it. And I just got back to the point, if I live by my values, then, people can think whatever they are as long as I'm being true to myself and who I want to be. So, like, one is caring, and I want to be a really caring, and you might have that as compassionate or empathetic person. I feel like that comes pretty natural to me these days. Maybe not as a teenager sometimes. I sort of regret that I didn't have a bit more of that as a teenager. But yeah, definitely these days is something that I really hold dear. Positive energy. I want to bring positive energy into the rooms that I'm in and give more energy to others than I take. Yeah, rowdy. And that stems from my late grandma, my late auntie, and my mum. I just feel like when they've walked into rooms, they've really always made me feel really good just by them having a smile on their face and being up and about and stuff like that. So something I want to do. I want to be reliable. I want to be a risk taker. That's one I've added. I know you mentioned McConaughey's had some set ones that he's had that he hasn't changed, but it's something that I've added to my values that I want to live by. I want to take risks and fail more. I'm optimistic. Want to be optimistic about the future. I want to be fun, and I always want to have a growth mindset. So they're the values I want to live by as a person.
Yeah, and you're definitely hitting them at the moment. So yeah, great stuff there. I heard a great. I don't know who said it, but I heard a great saying the other day, and it was, "We come here with nothing, we leave with nothing. Everything in between is just a bonus." And I reckon, and that just resonated with me. I was like, "Gee, we get caught up on so much shit that just means fuck all."
Yeah.
It just makes you think, like, who cares? Like, who cares?
No, good call, mate. Love it. And just on this one, why McConaughey is so good and so self-aware is he's journaled for 30 years. He's journaled about lessons in his life, mistakes he's made, ideas he's had, his values, reflections on life and stuff like that. And it's just made him aware of himself, aware of the person he wants to be, and that helps him define success. And I've dabbled in it over the journey. It's something I really want to do, and post this episode, I'm going to definitely delve into it deeper, the journaling part.
Yeah, I've been average at it. I've tried here and there, and a couple of days in, I just forget about it, or I'm just But I think it's powerful to go back in time and have a look at what you were writing or who you were, and get an idea of that and appreciate what you've been able to do, who you've become, to then actually keep doing that, keep growing from it. I wish I had done it in the last 10 years, but I haven't. But
yeah, I did. I went through a stage a couple of years ago. I did it, and I actually, coming into this episode, I went back over and read some of that stuff, and yeah, it was pretty powerful actually. And reading it back was, some things really shaped us, and Anyway, all right, that's the second one. We better move on to number 3, I think, mate. Courage to believe in yourself. So first one is life is filled with ups and downs. Number 2, define what success is to you. And number 3, the courage to believe in yourself is something I really took out of the book.
Yeah, definitely. Courage to believe in yourself. And once again, I think that stems back to a couple of things we've already spoken about, and that's, the external validation thing. Once you don't worry about what people think, feel like you've got courage to try things so much more. You're not scared of failure anymore, because fear and failure is usually, it's something that hasn't even happened yet. It's something you're making up in your mind.
Yep.
So I feel like once you can get rid of that, you got the courage to do most things. And I just wanted to mention, I have a reminder of these sort of things in my daily life, because I got this tattoo that I love the quote. I just want to say the quote.
Yep.
And that is, you can fool the whole world down the pathway of years and get pats on the back as you pass, but the final reward will be heartache and tears if you've cheated the man in the glass.
Yep.
And I just love that, because when I see it every day, so it reminds me just to stay true to myself, do what I believe in.
Look at yourself in the mirror with it.
Yeah, be happy with who I am and what I'm doing. Don't worry about what anyone else thinks. And, that just helps me sort of stay on that path.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was found on a prison wall. Don't think anyone...
Yeah.
There's no name to that quote, but I don't know that quote. When I first heard it from captain back in footy years ago before a grand final, he read that out, and I was straight away, it just hit me. I was like,
who was it?
Quote. Jared Attenborough.
Oh, yeah. Unreal, mate.
Yeah, it was grouse.
Unreal. And what do you look at first, the tat or your six pack? You're pretty happy with yourself over there, aren't you? But you always getting around with your top off, and I reckon you'd go abs to the quote. That's more my thoughts, buddy.
Nah, I've been struggling a bit lately. I've had a bit of a rest because I had a bit of a shoulder issue, so I haven't been able to do as much. I've let myself go.
Oh, yeah, really. Oh, my mud guts, my quad belly, far out. Anyway, there's nothing I can do about that, eh? The quad belly is just like hit me hard early days. I've sort of come to
acceptance.
Acceptance of it, but like I could train as hard as I like every day, all day, every day, and I'm still gonna have me belly there. So anyway, that's the way it goes. I love that quote though, mate. It's awesome. And cheating yourself in the glass, really good. So throughout the book, it strikes me how McConaughey is really, just got a belief in himself, and I think it's. I love being Australian. I love being Australian. I don't want to be American at all. Like,
Sure.
nowhere near it. But something that I take from them, and I feel like I try and do this with different people in my life. I try and take something good from someone else and learn that and go, I want a bit of that about me. An example of that was the positive energy I mentioned earlier. But one thing that Americans do extremely well is they've got a level of confidence in themselves. And I don't want to be an arrogant person. I want to be humble. But I want to have that belief to just go after the things I want in life and the things that I want to do. And an example of this is this podcast. I've done a lot of presentations over the years to schools and organisations and at events and stuff like that. And I've always wanted to do something bigger, like this podcast that we're hoping to grow into bigger and better things going forward, and a business going forward, having a positive influence on people and teams. But I've just always had this self-doubt. Like I feel like I'm a person that is very good at stepping out of my comfort zone, but this is one that I've probably lacked the belief in myself to do that. So it's really, one of my goals this year is just to fail more, give things a go, believe in yourself. So yeah.
Well, yeah, the failure thing I accept daily now. Like you fail every day, especially parenting. That's a tough gig, and so I'm used to that, and I take failure on and just try and learn from it. And yeah. I did have a quote there for you. I've forgotten that quote, but I literally every single day I used to get very wound up about failing. Like I remember years ago when I spoke to a psychologist to try and get an understanding of a few things, and they said I was based around in my mind I was either a failure or a success, and that's why I really struggled with failing, and that's why I think I just became like OCD about certain things I wanted to be good at, like couldn't accept not being good at it, and so once I understood that, I was like, I got better at failing and just being rightio. Let's take a learning from it, learn from it, go again, learn from it. Now I'm like, whatever, it is what it is, and I'll take a learning from it though. Yeah. So now I feel like failing's not a bad thing; it's a good thing because now I can learn from it. Like we're not professional.
You probably don't even refer to it as failing anymore, really.
It's not. Yeah, it's just the word you use, but it's just learning.
Yeah. No, I love that, mate. That's awesome. McConaughey in the book, I suppose he was in law school, and he went to ring his old man. He wanted to go to film school, and like it was pretty hard. His old man was a bit of a hard ass by the sounds of things, and a great relationship with him. But the phone call to make that to his old man, which was pretty tough. And I love what his old man's response was, just to don't half-ass it. Like that was his response to his son. Probably didn't believe in it too much, I don't reckon, but he's just like, if you're going to do it, don't half-ass it, which I loved.
Hard ass.
Yeah. Traveling alone, having a courage and belief in himself, just travel on his own. He learned a lot from that. Saying no to rom-coms for 2 years. He's always in romantic comedies, and he's like, this is not the actor I want to be. It's not the way I want to go down anymore. And that meant that he said no to $14 to $15 million gigs. And, he just, there was 2 years there where he didn't have a gig, and he's like, fuck, everything's drying up and stuff. But he just stuck true to what he wanted to do.
But yeah, that was due to him saying no to doing the movies that they wanted him to do that he didn't want to do.
Yeah. And that led to him winning, what is it, the Oscars, I guess. Oscars with the Dallas Buyers Club. And, led to him, growing as an actor and, being on a lot of good films since then.
Yeah, and going back, you mentioned his dad. So he did his dad was a bit of a hard ass, but I like how there was 3 things he took from his childhood that he knew that he still holds now and tries to teach his kids in a different way.
Yep.
But there was 3 things he used to get a flogging for from his old man, and that was the lying, the saying you can't.
Yep. What'd you call me?
for lying, saying you can't,
Jeez, mate. PG here.
and for saying you hate.
Yeah, all right.
And
yeah.
he learnt that the opposite to those things, because those things obviously all brought him unhappiness or discomfort. The opposite to those things would bring you the opposite joy and happiness. So, he learnt that at an early age.
I love those ones.
I like the one, the can't one gets me because, as he says, you might be having trouble with something, but you can't not do it. It's just someone can come and help you and you can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I try not to say that, and I try and get my kids not to say that. I'm like,
can you stop saying it, please? Every time you say it now, I'm thinking of something else. But yeah, no, it's great, mate. I love it. And it's something that, I read the book a few years ago, and I think subconsciously I've tried, unknowingly, I've looked back on, far out. I actually learned that from the book, and I've been trying to instill that on the kids over the last few years. Like, they can't, and far out.
you've ruined it, haven't you?
Yeah. Like, not saying, you can't, and and saying the word hate, and lying, obviously, as well. So they're great. They're three great messages there. And the other one was he really always walked into, he didn't have any experience acting. He walked into a room. And what's that quote he says about his mum told him?
His mum said, "Don't walk in the room. Don't walk in there like you want to buy it. Walk in there like you own it." Yeah,
that's the one. And he always did that with his acting gigs, and the way he portrays his the way he got the gigs was just through a pure belief in himself. That, he probably had less experience than others, but he just believed in himself and gave it his all, which was awesome.
Well,
so
you work hard enough at something. Like, if another person's done it, you can do it. If you work hard enough at it and you want it enough, you can do it. So if you have that belief, anything's sort of possible to a certain extent.
Yeah. I told myself something opposite when I was younger. I wanted to be an AFL player. It didn't work out, but the backup option, wanted to be a physio. But then I told myself, 95 ATAR or something like that score. And I'm like, I can't do that. No way I'm going to get 95 ATAR score. And to be honest, like, looking back on, if I wanted to study and put in the work,
absolutely,
I definitely could have done that. It's just, I had other priorities at the time and didn't enjoy sitting still, learning at that stage of my life. But if I really wanted to, you could put in the work to do it. So
absolutely.
Got this quote here, a prescription that McConaughey has in the books, and one of them is, "A roof is a man-made thing," which to me is just like, we put ceilings and caps on ourselves and tell ourselves things that, we aren't able to do it, we're not good enough at this, we're not worthy enough, we're not pretty enough, we're not this, we're not that, and we put these limitations on ourselves, and it's just, that's a man-made thing. Like, we can remove those ourselves and just go after what it is that we want. So,
sure.
I really like that one in the book.
You get you lend other people's belief in a lot of those instances where other people spur you on, tell you, give you the confidence to try things. I think we got to lean into that more. And
what do you mean now? I don't...
Like, we stop ourselves all the time because we're not confident or we don't believe we can do it. But we might have, whether it's family, friends, or whatever, spurring us on, showing us the positives out of it and how we can achieve things, but we still shy away from them. So I think we got to borrow other people's beliefs sometimes till we get to a certain point where we believe in ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, there's been times in my past I'm like, no chance I can do that. Like, even becoming like a firefighter or even back when I was younger, trying out for rep sports teams and stuff, I'd just didn't want to do it because I thought, I'm not good enough, or but it'd be other people that push me into it, and then all of a sudden I'd be like, I can do this. It's easy.
Cool.
So,
Good, man. I think for our audience, something to take away around the courage to believe in yourself and for ourselves as well, is around just taking little steps, like a domino effect, and building deposits down. And it was something for me is just courage builds courage. Belief builds belief. So the more you are that little bit courageous, the more courageous you become, and it just builds, and same with the belief in yourself. Then that just builds. So yeah, examples of that of when I got out of rehab, I had no belief, or I didn't have much confidence in myself. My self-worth was down, and just was a little bit courageous in stepping out of my comfort zone, a little bit more. I was scared to go for a push around the block by myself. I literally was shitting myself to go for a push around the block by myself, and I did that. Then uni, work, and I was so scared for all those things, and one thing led to another, and I think if anyone, if you're doubting yourself a little bit or you're scared to do something, just take one small step of courage, step out of your comfort zone, and then you just start building these beliefs in yourself more and more.
Yeah, definitely. And that pretty much goes back to, I was just thinking then, what I just said was about lending other people's belief. Like, you do that enough, now I don't need anyone else to believe in me anymore.
Yep.
I just believe I can do anything if I apply myself now.
Yep.
Similar sort of thing, but it takes time, but it builds up. The more you do something, the more you believe, the more courageous you are each time. Yep. It just builds up and you get that confidence in yourself. And I think staying true to yourself in terms of never lying to yourself is so important for that. If you go to bed, it's simple as this. If you go to bed one night and you go, right, tomorrow morning I'm getting up at 4:30 and going for a run, and you don't go and you lie to yourself, that'll keep snowballing, and you won't trust yourself. People will stop trusting you as well, because it'll show up in your outside life. And I've experienced that myself. I did that for so long.
Yep.
But then if you start being honest with yourself, every time you say you're going to do something and you do it, that just grows, and then it just becomes habitual. Like you say you're going to do it, you end up just doing it.
Yep.
And I think that's a key message I feel that needs to get out there. Don't lie to yourself. You think it's easy because you're not letting anyone down, but lying to yourself ends up and escalating out.
Yeah, cool, man. Cool. Yeah, all right. So on that, I think it's a big thing in society these days is we're our own harshest critic. We doubt ourselves, particularly in Australia, a lot. Really encourage people just to, find some nice things to say about themselves and take small steps to courage and belief on that journey. So I think you got anything else on that one, mate?
Yeah, just being kind to yourself. I like that one, because if you failed at something, I'd pump you up and get you going.
Yep.
I used to fail at stuff, and I'd be so harsh on myself. I'd be like, I'd be ripping myself down.
Yep.
Whereas I wouldn't do that to you. So why would you do it to yourself?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So I think you need to be a little more kinder to yourself, get yourself back up there and keep going, because keep ripping yourself down, you wouldn't do that to your best mate or your family. So just treat yourself like you'd treat others. Yep.
Awesome, mate. Awesome. So 3 key messages out of the book. Buddy Andre's just kicking the camera. Good stuff, mate. I don't have that issue.
Good for a gag.
Yeah, I don't have that issue. But 3 main things. Life is filled with ups and downs. You're going to have green lights, orange lights, and red lights. So just in those red lights, sit there and just go, hey, this is tough right now. Acknowledge. Don't say it's easy. It's tough right now, but it'll get easier. The more and more you apply yourself in the right way. So, first one, life is filled with ups and downs. 2, define what success is for you, not what other people want. What is it you want in life? Like, on your deathbed, you're sitting there going, I lived the life that I wanted to live. What is success to you?
On your deathbed, one thing, I don't think anyone on their deathbed's ever said, I wish I had worked more.
Yeah, I know.
I like that. Sorry, I heard that the other day as well.
Nah, for sure.
Get going.
Bloody hell. No, that's good, man. I love that. So, 2, that one, and then 3, courage to believe in yourself. Like, take small steps to stepping out of your comfort zone, and that builds belief more, builds more courage. And something I try and instill in my kids as well is just like, one of my kids has been a bit nervous on doing different things. It's just, go do that. How good's that feel? Being brave and stepping out of your comfort zone and like, and then they feel good about themselves and they get a little bit more courage and a little bit more. So,
I remember you saying that to me, and I've really emphasised that now. Like, the more you tell them something like that, they start believing it.
Yeah. I'm big on selling messages. I'll hit that on a different episode, but the messages we sell to ourselves and to others. But Yeah, mate. That's our first book. We're gonna put it out to our audience about doing 1 week, just 1 week of journaling every day. And you might go, oh, that's not for me, and that's all right. But just do 1 week and just see how it lands for you. It might end up being a really good habit you create that you grow a lot from. So 1 week, want to put it out to the audience. We're going to do it here. See how we go. The next week, going to journal every day.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to get into it. I'll do it for the week. I'll see how it goes. I do want to try and keep going with it. It's literally, what's it take you? 5 minutes? 10 minutes?
Depends what I'm writing about. Yeah, but 5-10 minutes, I reckon. Yeah,
sweet. All right, I can give 5 or 10 minutes a day. I'm going to get stuck into it for a week. But
yeah, you beauty.
Can't wait.
All right, mate. All right, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for all the messages we've received after our first episode. Obviously we're on a learning journey here. We're struggling with tech stuff. We're going to get better with our communication and everything like that, but we're on a journey, and it's a good thing that, like, metaphor, I suppose, that life is exactly the same. You put in the work, you're going to get better and better and better, and that's what we're trying to do here at the Culture Standard.
As we said, we are no experts, but we're on the road to becoming expert learners. And we love the feedback, and anyone that's got anything to say, we welcome it because we love hearing it.
All right, legends. Thank you very much.
Adios.